Hey everybody, I'm in one of the oldest cemeteries in this area, and that is the cemetery of the Red River Meeting House. Now, I'm going to swing you around, try not to give you whiplash. Right here is the cemetery in front of us that we're going to explore today, and I wanted to show you. I'm glad I was not underneath this tree when that happened. You guys see this? And that's not just a, they put it there. That is it crashed to the ground, and you can see all the broken pieces and was impaled in the ground. Glad I wasn't here during that. So anyways, we're going to brave the tall grass and we're going to go explore. So let's go. Ooh, sorry, thought it was a snake. Let's go see what we can find. Alright y'all, so we have, believe it or not, in this old cemetery, and we're not looking at the oldest ones just yet, but we have one of the Woodmen of the world gravestones. It's really a nice one. You guys get a good look at it. And this is Robert S. Mantolo, born 1879 and died 1938. Death is eternal, life who should we weep. Interesting. Let's see what else we can find. This is Miss Elizabeth Ann Wooden and Sydney Wooden. Sorry guys. Let's see. We have the Stagg family here. Some of these are very hard for you guys to see. So here we have a pulpit style gravestone, and that is what they call this. It's a pulpit style. And this is for Maud. She was a daughter of, and you can't really read it. Maybe you can on the screen, but here in real life you can't. Have the gates of heaven down here on the front. And she died in June 18th of 1908. So, pulpit style, you guys can see here, was very popular. Several of those. And I've got a battery about to die. I can't believe this. I have to get some new batteries for this camera. Let's see. We have Annie Strickland, Annie L. Strickland. This is nice. Let's take a peek at this one. This is a good example back here. And y'all, I'm gonna have to pick my stones to show you, because this grass is horrible. It has not been mowed. But this is an excellent example of why they call it a pulpit style. So you can see the Bible at the top, and then the gravestone below. That is exactly why it's called a pulpit style grave. Okay, so we were there. Excuse if it's a little hazy. A car just went by on the dirt road, or the gravel road, and kicked up a bunch of dust. We have a second one here that is a Woodman of the world. Let's take a good look at that. And this is J.D. Pence, who was born in June 21st of 1883 and died May the 9th of 1918. And it's a really nice one. Look, it has a bow up here at the top, holding the scroll that has the Woodman of the world with the name down below. Very cool. And as you can see, this grave used to be bright white. Get you in here. You can see it's white marble. It's just really very dirty. Very cool. Let's go around his and come over here and let's see who's next to him. We've got this grave. And you guys can see it has the hand pointing up, which means they expected him to go to heaven. I don't know what we would do if they didn't. I doubt they just put it on the stone. But this is Valley, I believe. Born in 1842 and died in 1894. Now just on the other side, let me step over. But just on the other side here of this grave is the Pence Grave, if you guys can see. And we have J.M. Pence, who was born in 1939 and died in, or 1839 and died in 1900. "In life beloved, in death lamented" is the inscription on this one. Very cool, and it looks like the tree has pretty much taken over the grave. I mean, you do have a couple more stones here around the bottom that have been displaced because of the tree. Let's see what else we can find here. We have a lot of poison stuff growing here on the ground. Although it makes for a very beautiful grave. It would make for a gorgeous photograph. And it is just spreading all over the ground in here. Okay, let's see. Let's come along over here. On this one we have what looks like rose greenery, but if you notice it's got the 3 petals. That means the Holy Trinity, and this is Miss Elizabeth Boyd, born January the 9th, 1810, and died May the 5th, 1892. So she lived a good long while. I know I've heard a lot of times people will say, hey, they just didn't live as long back then. Some of that is true, but if they in fact made it past their 20s, there are a lot of folks who did actually live a really long time. That's kind of a fable and a myth. Yes, the average life expectancy is shorter, but we have to remember that there was a lot that they could not prevent back then. And if you guys are seeing the little glistens, that's my watch on the grave. But there was a lot of things they couldn't prevent. So if they actually made it to adulthood and they made it past all of those diseases and things that we really have cures for today, but they didn't back then they actually did live a good long while. Again, my shirt is also sparkly, so what you guys are seeing light-wise bounce across that, nothing ghostly about it. I'll show you. See my shirt? It glitters. So we have another one here, and again we have the rose at the top. You guys can see. All right. Let's keep moving. This one is a little bit slanted. This is an older style and an older shape of a stone. And I came at the wrong time of day, guys, because I actually came when the sunlight is against the inscriptions, which makes it sometimes kind of hard. Now this one says, look at this. He was a soldier of the American Revolution. This is a patriot. I'm going to step around the grave real quick here. Let's take a look at this one. This says, in memory of Peter Fitzhugh, who was born June the 20th of 1760, y'all. 1760, this battery's about to die too. And died February the 8th of 1828. That's insane. That was such a long time ago. But we want to thank him for his service, because we wouldn't have our country today if he hadn't been there to fight that battle. I always just kind of feel when I visit these that, I just always feel grateful, because we wouldn't have our country without them. So let's see if we can fix his flag. His flag is bent over a little here. See if we can set it back up so that his colors fly like they should. There we go. You guys take a good look at the whole length of that grave. This is Peter Fitzhugh. That's very cool. I'm sorry. I'm impressed. Even if you guys aren't, I'm impressed. Alright, let's see what else we can find in here. This one has a tree that looks like some of these trees have done a bit of damage here. Let's step over here and see what we can find. This one's got a circle in front of it, but it's leaned over, and all these laying around. Oh, that's going to be a fun minute to get it cleaned up. I'm sure it can be cleaned. Let's run over here. We have a mason. So this is Edmund Burr Sr., born 1799 and died January 5th of 1861. Here's a good way. I found a good way to see that one that we were trying to look at a second ago. Let me zoom in for you guys. You guys can see the circle here. I'm trying to hold my hands as still as I can, and you can see that that's actually got the name on it, and then down below it gives you the birth and death dates. Very cool. No, it doesn't. It says son of or something of on that circle, and then the name's got to be down below. DS AC maybe? I feel like I'm in an eye test right now. Anyways, maybe I'll be able to read it, or you'll be able to read it on the camera a little bit better. But it has definitely been taken over by that, by the tree, not by that. We have the mason here. Let's come forward a little bit and let's see what we can find here. Here we have, I believe this is a lamb at the top of this one. Yes, we have a lamb at the top, and it says Cassandra. What a pretty name. Cassandra Pennick Gunn. February the 11th of 1836 to May the 16th of 1920. So she wasn't really young. She was a mother, but she must have been very innocent, or perceived as very innocent and very pure, for her to have a lamb on top, because typically we see these lambs on children's graves because of innocence. So it says a lot about who she was as a lady during her lifetime. Let's go around here. And this is very pretty. So this is Reverend J.M. Pennick, born 1809 and died September the 8th of 1877. He being dead yet speaketh, and that's the book of Hebrews. Let me get you guys a good look here at the Bible. Isn't that beautiful? And it still looks like it's in fantastic shape. The whole stone is in great shape. It has not been messed up like the neighbor here, and the one that's actually laying face down back here. They've got some work to do here. Let's see. Then we have one that's knocked over. We'll go around here. And this is Joel Gunn, born 1863 and died August of 1911. Then if we step forward here, guys, we have Colonel John Sprout, born October of 1801 and died of cholera July 21st of 1835. We'll go around here. We will come up here and we'll take a look at this one. You guys can see the inscriptions. They knew how to do it back then. I mean, they're beautiful, and they've lasted a long time, so much better than some of the new ones that we have nowadays. Then as we come forward a little bit more in the cemetery, we have William Dickinson, born 1843 and died in 1908. It says, the best, the dearest, something of the sky, just taste the something something. It's hard to read. I do know how to read, guys. It's just difficult to read. We have a beautiful dove on this one. And this is Miss Nanny, born 1817. It looks like died 1878. That's gorgeous there. And this is William Dickinson, born 1815 and died June of 1904. And this one's been cleaned a little bit. I'm not sure who cleaned it, but somebody cleaned it. That, or it laid upside down for a while. It's been broken, but it's in really good shape otherwise. It says, kind Father of love, them art gone to thy rest, forever to bask mid the days of the blessed. Very nice. Alright, so while we're in this row, let me back up so I can go around. We'll come up here and let's take a peek at this one. This is Janetta. Y'all, believe it or not, I had a friend when I was, and she is still my friend, but my best friend in about 8th grade, her name was Janetta. Anyways, this is Janetta, consort of W.T. Dickinson, born April 4th, 1815, and died October the 13th, 1869.